Cities are busy. They are awake around the clock. You get from one place to another in only a few minutes. Public transportation connects everything. There are shops and restaurants, bars, and a lot of places for leisure activities. When I used to live here in the city, I really liked to watch what's going on. There are so many things to see. When I was driving home from school, I listened to the conversations of the people in the train. Sometimes the stories were sad, other times they were funny or inspiring. I watched how people dressed like, how they interacted with each other, and what they did on the ride. To me, it was very fascinating to get to see a little glimpse of their life. Some people read books, some ate, others talked to each other, or just watched the passing surroundings. Smartphones weren't that central when I was a kid. I wasn't a person to enjoy city life for all its opportunities. When I was younger, I'd rather went outside with my family. I always felt kind of free when I was in nature. We used to go to walks or did a lot of activities like rollerblading, riding bicycles, skiing or swimming. My sister, my mother and me spent a lot of time at horse farms. Being outside and moving my body has always been a big part of my life. My grandmother has got a house with a big garden, so I never really felt trapped in the apartment we used to live. We spent almost every afternoon at my grandparents' house. They lived a 10 minutes walk away from our flat. I had a really great childhood. Today, I visited some places I used to be. A lot of good memories came back, although it feels like a different life now. The places in nature did not change that much, but the city itself did. A lot of shops closed, old houses were torn down, and new ones took their places. The city seems strangely familiar, but at the same time, it doesn't. I don't feel connected to it as I used to. It doesn't feel like my home anymore. But seeing the river and the forest again was beautiful. These memories got kind of preserved because the places stayed the same. Ten years ago, my family and me moved to the countryside. That was the first time I experienced the freedom of a rural life. When you open the door, you're in nature. I experienced a much simpler and more quiet life. In the city, we used to live in an apartment on the 5th floor. I could hear all the people living around us. There were a lot of rules. In the countryside, living your life self-determined is much easier. I live my life more aware. Buying groceries involves much more effort. You start to think about what you really need. I got more and more attached to the simplicity of things, to enjoy life for what it is, not for what it could be. Living rural made me more reflective. It made me think much more about the person I am and the life I want to live. It made me realize the moment we are living right now is the beauty of life. Don't get me wrong, I've always been a very reflective person. I got these same thoughts while living in the city, but less regular. The noise of all the things around me kind of suppressed these thoughts more. This video is not meant to make city life look bad and romanticize living rural. I guess both lifestyles have got their positive and negative sides to it. You have to find the kind of life that fits your needs the best. To me, living in a rural area is just perfect. So I just came back after visiting my old hometown, and it was really beautiful to see all these places again where I used to go with my grandmother and my sister, like the river and the forest. I'm living here for about 10 years now, and I wouldn't want to change the life I've got now. City life is really beautiful on its own way, but I would always prefer living in the countryside. You don't get this kind of freedom and peace in the city. I'm surrounded by nature. It takes me about 2 minutes walking to go into the forest, and like you saw in the video before, in the city there are always people around you. You don't get this kind of peace. For the future, I hope to find a little house or cottage of my own together with my boyfriend, and to live more self-sufficient, like growing my own fruits and vegetables. But yeah, we will see what future brings. And if you like these videos, I will hopefully see you in the next one, and thank you very much for watching. Until the next video, have a good time and see you. Bye.